Hey everybody, Big Daddy here, keeping you updated on all things Monster Hunter World Iceborne related. First and foremost, I want to apologize. I don't have everything set up like I normally do because I didn't want to make too much noise because my kids are sleeping in the room right behind me. But this is where I have everything set up, so let's get into it. So as you guys know, the developer diary, the final stand, just dropped. So I'm going to be going over all the information with you, starting first and foremost with the new monster that they are bringing back into Iceborne with this update. Fatalis, who, as some of you may or may not know, according to the Monster Hunter lore, is the god of all monsters, and they are bringing him back in his home of Castle Shrade, which has received a huge update to its graphics. From what we can see, the limited gameplay that they gave us of him, he looks freaking amazing. They look like they did a stupendous job of bringing him back, showing him off with all the majesty that he deserves. That being said, from the clip that we can see as well, it looks like he has another one-shot attack from when he flies up in the air and breathes fire down. That's just a suspicion on my part, but it would give him the majesty that he deserves. With him as well, obviously they're bringing back his armor sets. You can see the alpha versions of the armor sets behind you. I'm not overly fond of how the female version looks, but hopefully the beta version will be better. And the set bonus for this set is going to be, well, we don't know. They're keeping this one kind of close to the chest. However, they did give us a hint that there are certain skills right now that are limited to their usage or to the level that they can be raised to. So obviously they're boasting some sort of expansion upon those skills. They didn't say what. Of course, they didn't say, what can and won't be able to be advanced upon, or really anything beyond that. So we'll just have to wait until October 1st to find all of this out. However, probably my favorite thing, not the player armor, the freaking Palico armor. Oh my god, your Palico is going to look like a chibi Fatalis that wields a hunter holding a weapon as its weapon. Oh my god, that is amazing. So after Fatalis, they displayed a system update that they're going to be doing. They're going to be adding a new skill called Clutch Claw Boost. Now, this is going to be something that light weapon users, to include longsword, you are going to want to try to fit this in your sets as much as you can, because it's going to give you the ability to weaken / tenderize your monster parts in one hit. Now, they use the sword and shield as the example in the video, which I didn't think was probably the best thing that they could have done, because technically the sword and shield and the dual blades can both weaken in one hit, as long as you do their grapple moves first. But for things, like I said, like the long sword, which is a fan favorite weapon, this is going to be huge to add this skill into your builds as much as you can possibly find space for it. So to round this section off with the system updates, they did go over the master rank layered armor system. So you're now going to be able to craft your master rank armors as layered armor. So for all you fashion hunters out there, this is what you've been asking for, and they delivered. So the cards that they have at the end of this section is another thing that I really wanted to focus on, because it goes over what we can expect from the things that they verbalized. However, it also goes over a lot of things that they didn't really give in much detail, so we'll break it down here. As well as Fatalis being available, we are also going to be given Arch Tempered Velkhana. So it does mean that they're going to be continuing on with the Arch Tempered system, which does mean a lot to me, because as you guys have probably already seen from our Stripped and Scared series, me and Evil are gluttons for punishment, and it gives them the opportunity to improve upon the Elder Dragon armors that already exist in the game. Now, on the second card of this is a huge piece of information for people that are having a hard time getting the rarer level 2 decorations, or some of the rarer level 2 decorations. Some of those are now going to be able to be melded by your Elder Melder in the Meld Decorations tab. So even though your Elementalist Jewel is not what it used to be, because the game is no longer in the non-elemental meta that was the vanilla Monster Hunter world, it does give you the opportunity to make Shield Jewels, Sharp Jewels, Mind's Eye Jewels, and Mighty Bow Jewels, which, for those of you who don't know, even if you farm for your fuel during these event periods to get your gold melding tickets, you cannot get those from the drop table of those tickets. Believe me, I spent over $1.5 million fuel burned several thousand gold and silver tickets and could not manage to get a single shield sharp or mind's eye jewel. So being able to craft them at your Elder Melder is huge. So they also did mention that you're going to be able to upgrade some of your existing charms, as well as they've added a few new decorations. They've added the Diversion Jewel, Acrobat Jewel, and Shaver Jewel. I'm not entirely sure what the Diversion Jewel is, but I'm going to assume that the Acrobat and the Shaver Jewels refer to the Clutch Claw boost as far as being applied to either heavy or light weapons. Now the charms that are going to be able to be upgraded now at the end of this are going to be your critical boost charm, your weakness exploit charm, handicraft, earplugs, and critical eye. And as usual with these title updates, or at least for the past couple, they are adding in new pendants, new paid content for your room. I'm not going to go over that a whole lot because not everybody has the capability or wants to buy these things, but here's a brief synopsis of it. So the next piece of information that they gave us is that the October seasonal event is going to be called the Fun Fright Fest, which they have said that they made out to look like a haunted mansion or haunted house, and it's very traditional as far as the aesthetics of it, but they made it look freaking godly. So with this, the armor that they've added is going to make your Palico look like Frankenstein, the male look like a vampire, the female, I don't know what it is, but she has horns, she looks great, and then the handler is going to look like a succubus, as well as Poogie looking like a ghost, and they changed the look of the snowman to look like a scarecrow snowman. Looks fun. We'll have to maybe experiment with that a little bit in one or two of the videos. So the next section of the Vev Diary, I'm also not going to go over a lot because it's currently going on. They're calling it the Fest Rush, which is the past week, and then the next 5 weeks from today is going to be each of them 2-week periods for the previous events. So like I said in the previous video that I released right now, we have the Joy Fest. After this coming Thursday, we're going to have 2 weeks of the Grand Appreciation Fest, and then following that, we're going to have 2 weeks of the Full Bloom Fest. However, for the last week of the Grand Appreciation Fest and for the 2 weeks of the Full Bloom Fest, we're going to be given a new quest each week, which is going to take place in the tower defense area from the campaign where we fought Velkhana, and you end up shooting her at the end of it with the Dragon Razor. You're going to have one new quest introduced for each of those 3 periods, lasting for 1 week only. The first one is going to be putting you up against a tempered Kashala de Aura. The second one for the first week of the Full Bloom Fest is going to have you going up against a tempered Teostra. The last one, released the week before, Fatalis, is going to be putting you against a tempered Lunastra. So you will have hopefully access to the Gatling Rail and the Dragon, possibly the Dragon Razor during these quests. It will be interesting to see what kind of incentives they give for completing them, whether it be like special event items or like things that you can craft, materials, armor spheres. We don't know. They didn't give any details, but I will be excited to see what they offer. However, one thing that they didn't cover in the video is that from September 5th to September 7th, as you can see from the card here, they're adding in 2 new quests called Muir Number 1 and Old Dog New Trick. Not entirely sure what these are going to be. Once again, they didn't go over any information for those, and it looks like they're only going to be able to be available to us for that weekend. So I'll have videos out for those as soon as they come available to us. And that pretty well wraps it up. At the end of the video, they go over the history of Monster Hunter World from inception to where we are at now, as well as including a bunch of fan art, which I'm probably going to be rolling through in the video footage behind me. But for the very last free title update that they have offered us for Monster Hunter World Iceborne, they did a lot of great content. They added a lot of quality of life things, and it has been a pleasure to go through this journey with them. They have done such a great job as far as listening to the community, putting out content that people are excited for, that people get hyped about, and I cannot wait to see what they do for the next installment whenever that approaches. But they did, however, say even though this is going to be the last free title update, that they will continue to update event quests and add event quests. So once again, for those of you who are gluttons for punishment, the Arch Tempered are still probably going to be coming for all of Master Rank Elder Dragons. So I think that pretty well covers it, guys. We have a whole lot of things to look forward to, a whole lot more things to do before Fatalis is released, so make sure you get on it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. ding that notification bell, and we will see you on the next one. Good luck, other hunters.